Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the next Months of Gynax video. For this one, we take a look at the last of the Evangelion films I have yet to review. Evangelion 2.0, You Cannot Advance. Now, I will be honest here in saying this. This one has a lot of pressure to build up for it. Why? Well, let's go over the list of things. 1. I did not like the TV series whatsoever. 2. The end of Eva was an outright insulting movie to me, and just barely went above the series because of that. 3. Death and Rebirth is one of the worst things I've ever seen, period. 4. The movie previous to this one, 1.0, well, a little better than the series. Still had a lot of problems to it, and not all that great a thing. Was not all that great a thing. And finally, 3.0 is the only one, as I point out, was the thing that redeemed the franchise for me, placing 2.0 at a very difficult spot. Do I hate it or do I like it? Well, let's find out. First up, the story. The story is a continuation of the last film, obviously enough, and I don't think it starts all that far off from where it last began. The major problem with the story is, once again, it is more recap than it is remake. However, unlike the last film, the remake is starting to show here, but it would not become more prominent till 3.0. Leaving the story somewhere kind of in the middle of the two, and can't really find a good spot in one or the other. And personally, that's better than it being in the full recap, but no, I'm still gonna say that's not necessarily a good thing. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really say that I wholeheartedly like the story. I really don't, and it does way too much to the rest of the franchise. So overall, with the story. Next up, the characters. You should all know this by now, I don't like Eva's cast at all. Really, even my favorite characters in it were more of the best of the worst. This one actually has some okay characters, even from most of them I hate, except Gendo. The rest of the characters I actually think are pretty good, or at least good for enough that I can ignore the fact that most of them are Eva characters, and I'm not that fond of Eva. Yay! Next up is the animation. This is definitely the best part of the movie. Not only do you really get to believe the fact that the animation is gorgeous, but seriously, even the CGI in this thing is amazing. So the animation gets a full-on pass for me. However, I now need to talk about the most bizarre thing about this, the music. Okay, first up, this is where it really becomes prevalent of the recap over remake. A lot of the music is from the original series. However, the bizarre thing is, there's a few tracks from Karen Kano in here. And no, I didn't know that the first time watching it. It took me a second viewing to find that out. That's odd. Okay, yeah, Ono did direct both series, but still. Karen Kano music in Eva? I will be honest, I never thought I'd see the day when that ever happened. Now let's just hope he doesn't choose to put any others music that he was involved in there, because honest to God, I don't want to hear Maharomatic music in Evangelion 4.0. Don't do it, by the way, that's a joke. overall, I'm like the film. Okay, its major problems are more or less tied to the fact that it's for the very franchise at this point and time, and I still don't wholeheartedly like. Yes, 3.0 redeemed it, but this one started the redemption. I just think 3.0 did a better job of redeeming it, because this film still has its problems with music and story. However, they're a little better. At least for a story, it's a little better than the previous film. So once again, I give this one a pass in a good way. Like, you should watch it. In short, I give Evangelion 2.0 a 7 out of 10. I think you should definitely watch this one if you've watched the first movie, or hell, if you want to start with this one, maybe this is a good place to start. I don't really know. You might want to start with the very first rebuilt film first, then watch this. Anyways, that's all from me. This has been Star 6 Wars 1, and I'll see you guys next time.